Alright, here we are. Let us quickly check what the ad form looks like. First of all, you have a title, then you have a body, and then that's it. So what we're going to add from here, the post resources post add, we're going to just make sure that if you have the title, and then the next thing you're going to have is the body, but we're not going to call it body. We're going to say, okay, job description, enter job description. Okay, so we're going to make sure that this is 10 rows. That's too big, so we make sure that it's only 3 rows or only 2 rows. We just want a very short description. And then the other thing we can make sure, this is 10 rows, we just want it to be 2. The other thing we want to make sure is that it will have maximum text. These two will have maximum length, so that people don't type their whole life history inside it. So inside the input text, name, title, we just give it maximum text. Enter post title and enter title. Example, PHP developer needed. Okay, so we're gonna do max length equal to, we're gonna say 150. That's 150 characters. And then here too, we're just going to give it a max length of, let's say, 150 characters too. Okay, so we're gonna start adding all the other options that we had. Remember that from our post.php, we have location type. It's a drop down. We have company name, address. So we're just gonna add company name and address. Okay, so right here we have company name, address. So I'm just gonna take one of them to be tags. Since we have tags here, we have tags here, so I'm going to take one of them to be tags. Just going to say add under here. So this guy is going to be tags. So I'm going to teach you a very fast way of doing this. So I'm going to open Notepad on my system. Just open Notepad on my system, and then I'll show you a very easy way to replace things. So I'm just going to copy, come here and paste what I have. Then I press Ctrl plus H on my keyboard, hold down the Ctrl and tap H, and then you have it. So with Ctrl H, I can say replace every occurrence of title with tags for me. And I'll say replace all, and that is done. As you can see, it has replaced everything. So I can just copy it here and come back to this place and replace. So we'll do the same thing for this place. So we can just say enter your tags, enter tags, separate with comma. Okay, enter tags. Example, say PHP MySQL HTML. Okay, so that the person knows what they're going to enter. So we'll do exactly the same thing for budget. So budget is going to be a number. So we do the same thing when we say Ctrl H. Ctrl H, that's what we have here. We say replace title with budget. So enter, and there we have it. Budget. The input type of budget is number because we want people to enter the number. Enter your budget, enter budget. Example, 150,000. Okay, that is 150,000. All right, and the next thing we're looking at is we just go back to the post, and there we have budget, latest date of application. So this is actually a date. So what we're gonna do is to do the same thing we have here. Ctrl H, replace this with a date, Ctrl F, replace. So once it is done, we can what are we doing here? Ctrl F, budget, replace, and there we are. So replace. So we go to our add.twig and replace budget. So we have latest date of application for application. So this is going to be a date. So we just call it date. That's a text type. This doesn't have max length, and this doesn't have max length. Okay, so we have we can just enter a default value. Let's say the default value is 0. Okay, latest date for application. So there we are. So let us refresh this and see how far we've gone. Maybe we'll continue in the next video, but let's have a refresh first. So far so good. As you can see, we'll be needing to enter the titles here, because some of these guys, the placeholder cannot work for us in some of these guys. Okay, so enter the title. So in the next video, that's what we'll do. See you in the next video.